Okay, so welcome everybody to the second talk of this open house that is called SUSE Culture, aka Have a Lot of Fun. My name is Kristýna Streitová, and today I would like to show you why you should want to work at SUSE. So, first few words about me. I've been working for SUSE for more than 7 years right now. I'm a packaging team lead, so it means that I lead a team of 12 people that are maintaining, I would say, thousands of packages in our distributions, both in SUSE Linux Enterprise and in OpenSUSE. And before I became a manager, I worked in the very same team on the position of a software engineer, where I was maintaining various packages from MariaDB to sudo and various archiving programs and the libraries and so on. And I did a bit of Python development of our packaging tools that are called Spec Cleaner and RPMlint. So this talk is about SUSE culture, and I think that what is important is to say what is company culture and what does it mean. So when I was thinking about that, I think it's more than just working environment or the building where you are. It's more than just how we behave, what we do, and how we communicate. I think it's mostly about what we believe in, and the important thing is that it cannot be forced. It has to emerge somehow from the people themselves. And the second question is why it's important. So why it's important to have some company culture in the company. And I think that it's because if you have people who are inspiring to you, who are behaving and doing the same things as you, but at the same time they are also a little bit different, so you can learn from them. It can help you to transform your work to something more, and your work can become your passion. And I think that this is something what we have here at SUSE, and I think that for many people it works like that, that they are here because they just love what they are doing. And the great example is that we have people who are here for 10, 15, or 12, 20 years because they just work on open source and this is what they like. So to describe SUSE culture, I think that the best way how to do it is use this term hacker culture. I'm not sure if you are familiar with that or not, so I borrowed this very nice definition from Wikipedia. So Wikipedia says that the hacker culture is a subculture of individuals who enjoy the intellectual challenge of creatively overcoming limitations of software systems to achieve novel and clever outcomes. The second part is even more interesting because that's about hacking. And hacking is described as the act of engaging in activities in a spirit of playfulness and exploration. So it means that, obviously, you can see that it's not about hacking when some bad guys or girls are trying to steal your secret photos or something like that. It's in very positive meaning, and it means that to play with what you do and just to enjoy it and to find a pleasure in sorting things out and solving puzzles and so on. And I think that this is something that is very essential for SUSE because we use that term all the time. We just don't say that we develop some software or that we program something. We just use that we hack it. What we do is the hacking. And it's also very connected to SUSE via Hack Week, which is our annual event where we can spend the whole week on anything we would like to work on. So we can put our regular work aside for 1 week and we can do some new projects. We can start new open source project. We can contribute to something that already exists. We can team up, create some bigger team, connect people across the world and just make some bigger contribution to something, some bigger project. Or you can also be a little bit selfish and spend that week on yourself and you can learn new language, you can create some music or art project or something like that. Just expand your skills and learn something new. The great examples of the music and art projects are from the last Hack Week, where people were connected across the world and they composed a new song and they then recorded that. So that was pretty amazing. So Hack Week is open, so if you would like to join us, it's no problem. Just visit hackweek.suse.com and you can find all of our projects there. You can join us, or you can create your own project and ask us to help you with that. So feel free to join us, and the next Hack Week will be next month, so it's the great time to start thinking about your project. Another pillar, I would say, that is creating our SUSE culture is open source. And I think that for most of the people here, it's not just about the open code. It's not about the thing that you can see the code. It's more like life philosophy. And I chose 3 bullets here about the open source, but there are many of them. But the first one is openness. If you come to SUSE from some closed source company, maybe you can be a little bit surprised by that, but everything we do is open. Obviously, there are some things we can't share, for example, some embargoed bugs before they are publicly seen, but the majority of our work is open. So everything you do is visible. Every pull request, every commit, every submission, everything is visible, which can be a little bit intimidating for a start for some people, but after some time you find out that this is the best thing that can happen to you, because the whole world is your reviewer and they can help you to fix things, to correct your mistakes. And this is something we really support, learning from mistakes, because what matters is the result. And I think it's great environment where you can make mistakes, because it's really important, because this is how we all can learn new things. The second thing I choose there is open source and upstream community. So I think that there are not many companies where you can be paid for upstream contributions. So we are working on open source, and we are paid for it. And this is something I really like about that work. And also community is very important for us, because especially for OpenSUSE, they are our testers. They test our patches, our fixes, and we are very glad that we have them, because they help us to, they are giving us feedback and so on. So this is also part that is very close to SUSE. And the last but not least item here is freedom. For me, especially, is that part is very important, because if you have freedom to innovate, to be creative, I think it's the best thing that can happen to you at work. We have something that's called Agile Working Policy, and that means that you can work whenever you want. You can be either at home, you can be in the office, or you can be something in the middle and visit office every second week or something like that. So you can choose where you like to be, and where is the place where you are most creative and most productive. Most of the teams also don't have strict business hours. Obviously, there are some teams that have to have some business hours, but I think that most of them just don't have them. So if you prefer to work during night and sleep during the day, usually it's perfectly okay. And actually, I have one team member in my team who does it exactly like that, and it's perfectly okay, because results matters. The next part is about conferences, and I think this is not just SUSE-specific thing. It's more like open source thing, Linux thing, and I think that all of those people, they just love visiting conferences, because it's a great place where you can meet new people, meet your open source heroes like Linus Torvalds and so on, and you can also learn something new and expand your knowledge base. So we support giving talks at conferences, and we also support our people to attend those conferences. Usually we have our booths, SUSE or OpenSUSE, at many Czech conferences. So if you would like to see us somewhere, you can visit Linux Days, InstallFest, OpenAlt, DevConf, and many other conferences. And we are also at foreign conferences like FOSDEM that happens in Brussels, and that's very big conferences. It's like 10,000 people. And we also host some conferences. As you can see, we have many of them. The first one is SUSE Labs conference, which is a conference for our kernel hackers. Then we have SUSECon, which is for business partners. Then we have OpenSUSE conference, which is community conference for OpenSUSE users. It's happening every year, and actually the next one will be the next week in Nuremberg. So if you would like to visit Nuremberg, that's a great opportunity. It's beautiful in spring/summer, so highly recommend it. And then we have OpenSUSE Summit, OpenSUSE Asia Summit for Asia Pacific regions, and so on. So conferences are really something we like, and it's a great opportunity for learning. And talking about learning and growth, I'm switching to the next part, which is also a very important part, not only for your work, but I believe that's important for everybody during our whole lives, because growth is something that makes you forward. We are supporting learning and growth in various areas. The first one's about talks, because I think that if you can prepare some talk about some area of your focus, or if you can listen to that talk as well, it's something that can move you forward. We have series of talks. We have Friday talks, ENI Tech talks, Today I Learned talks, and it works like that everybody can prepare some talk about various topics. It can be technical or non-technical, and you can present that to the rest of the office. And after the coronavirus situation, everything moved to online, so now we can just share it with the whole SUSE. The second way how to learn at SUSE is training. We have budgets for every team to provide some trainings. It can be technical or non-technical. So in spring and in fall, we have soft skills rounds. So we can learn about time management or presentation skills or all of the areas of soft skills. And regarding technical skills, usually if people find some course that is interesting for them, it's usually no problem to buy it, to take it. And the last thing is exchange program. Right now, we are in post-pandemic world, and it's not revived yet in a way that it was before that. But before coronavirus situation, people could switch their team to for a few weeks or 1 or 2 months, and they can be in that team and work for them, learn from them, and that was especially useful in case that they were thinking about changing their career, changing their area of focus. But we could also visit other branches. We have a branch in Nuremberg, big development branch. We have also branches in China. I visited Vancouver office via this program. So it's a great way how you can connect learning new things and traveling. So this is, I like very much. So that was about the first part of the title of this talk, SUSE culture. And now let's talk about have a lot of fun, because have a lot of fun for us means something more. It's a motto we use almost everywhere. We use it instead of best regards in our emails. We use it in our websites and just everywhere. And it's a bit connected to the hacker culture, because it means exactly the same. It means that you should enjoy what you do, and you should do that with passion. And not only the result is important, but also your path on the way to the result. And you should just enjoy it. But for us, it's not just about work. We also like to have a lot of fun after work. So this part will be a little bit more fun. And I will try to describe activities we do here in the office, because it's also important. If you work hard or hack hard, you have to also play hard. So we have a table football league here in the office, and we play, I would say, almost every day. It's always good to find 20 minutes to relax a bit and find some time to play with your colleagues. So we have scoreboard and everything. And every year we have tournament. It's usually connected to Hack Week. So the next one will be next month. And just today we had a meeting about that where we were discussing organization things about that. Another thing is board games evenings at SUSE table, aka Beast. It happened for the first time. It happened during the Hack Week 2 years back, right before coronavirus situation. Then we had to have some pause, but it's monthly organized sessions where we can play some board games together in the office. So usually we just choose some game and play together. And it's a great way how you can meet your colleagues from different offices and so on, and have a lot of fun. And then I think that we like very much celebrate almost everything, and we like baking cakes, and I think it's always a good occasion to have a cake, to bake a cake. So we celebrate not only colleagues' birthday and all these things, but also some more important milestones like SUSE birthday or Linux birthday. This is the cake from the 29th birthday of Linux. That was 2 years back, I think. But last year we had a big party because it was 30th anniversary of Linux, and we had a big party in the area close to the office. We had a big cake in the shape of tux and so on, and it was pretty cool. And SUSE birthday, actually, this year we will celebrate 30th birthday of SUSE, so we are expecting party as well. And in general, we just like social events. I think it's always good to have some release party after we release some service pack or OpenSUSE Leap. We also enjoy barbecues. This is the poster for the barbecue we had last time. Visiting pubs, summer events are great because we can meet our colleagues from different branches in Nuremberg, and we can have like one afternoon together in some team building activities. And many other social events. So as you can see, we are pretty busy here, not only with hacking, but with also lots of other things. So that was about the SUSE culture and about have a lot of fun. And because I was expecting that there will be some students, not only here, but also maybe in the stream, I added just one slide about SUSE for students, because maybe this is something you can be interested in. We believe that, what we wanted to do is to show students that open source and Linux is cool and great, and they should take care more of that, and for example, help them with their first contributions to open source software. So we recently signed cooperation contracts with 2 major faculties. The first one is Faculty of Mathematics and Physics, Charles University. The second one is Faculty of Information Technology, Czech Technical University. And via these contracts, we would like to support students in learning more about open source, about Linux, and about SUSE. What we offer is that we can help students to supervise their bachelor and master thesis. So if any students are watching and they are thinking about their topics for their master thesis or bachelor thesis, feel free to contact Petr Hodač. You can see his email in the bottom of the screen, and just write him what you do, what's your area of focus, what would you like to do, and he can help you to choose the project, and somebody in the office can help you with supervise that. We also support courses. We have our kernel labs hackers are part of the courses at Faculty of Mathematics and Physics, and it's called Advanced Operation Systems, I think, and they are teaching about kernel, about debugging, live patching, memory management, and many other things. So if there are anybody who is interested in that, I think it's a great entry point to learn more about that, and especially if you would like to work for SUSE someday, I think it's great to take this course. We also participate in Google Summer of Code. I'm not sure if you are familiar with that or not, but it's a project from Google where students across the world can work on some open source projects, and for 1 or 2 months they can contribute to that projects. Usually they have mentors for various companies. So OpenSUSE is a mentor organization there, and because we are highly connected to OpenSUSE, we are part of that as well. So you can have some mentors from the SUSE office, and I think it's again a great opportunity to be part of the open source and also to learn a little bit more about SUSE. And the last thing here is about career days. So if anybody is interested in working at SUSE and a student, I think it's good to watch those events. It's usually happening twice a year at both faculties. And we usually have our booth there. It's all green with green lights, so you can't miss it. And you can ask us about anything. We can show you our open positions and answer your questions. So feel free to find our booth there. Okay, so that's all from my side. If there is anybody who would like to learn more about our open positions, just visit jobs.suse.com, and we have like maybe 15 open positions for the Czech Republic right now, especially 2 in my team are open. So if there is anybody who is interested in Python or cryptographic, then feel free to check that positions there. And that's all from my side. So thank you for attention. And if you have any questions, you can ask now. Okay, so no questions. So thank you very much.